Good morning, students. So today our topic is brazing. Let us move to our topic. So, coming to this, in our earlier class, we have been discussed about soldering. So today our topic is brazing. So what is meant by braze welding? Uh, Coming to the topic. So this is the brazing diagram. So this is the braze welding outline diagram. So in depth we will move for brazing. So soldering means we are having below 427 degrees. So already we have been started with our earlier class with the same topic. So braze welding. So the filler metal melting point. In soldering, the filler metal melting point is below 427 degrees centigrade, whereas for brazing, filler metal melting point is above 427 degrees centigrade. So the filler metal distribution in the joint is only by capillary attraction. So this is the main working principle of our brazing, right? So okay. So the filler metal distribution in the joint is only by the capillary attraction. So it differs from the conventional brazing as compared to other one. Conventional brazing in that much wider gap is filled with brazing brass with the help of torch. The help of torch. Here, capillary action plays no part in making the joint. The technique is also used for the repair of iron and steel castings. Mainly, the technique is mainly the technique is used for the repair of iron and steel castings. Right. The grooves and fillets can also be filled by using bronze rods, and then the process can be called as welding. The process is known as bronze welding. So, right. So, the method is particularly useful for repairing cast iron castings. The method is mainly used for repairing cast iron castings, and the straight welding of the casting requires its complete complete preheating, which is not always desirable or feasible. And then the brasses and bronzes, whatever else we have been taken, have greater strength and ductility than cast iron and form a strong and satisfactory bond and form. So this is the actual hand torch brazing. So form a strong and satisfactory bond with the base metal. Since the base metal is not fused or highly heated, internal stresses are kept to a minimum and cracking is not likely upon cooling. So coming to the silver brazing. So this is the outline diagram of the brazing. So coming to the silver brazing, when silver brazing, which is often referred to as silver soldering or hard soldering, this method is more expensive than plain soldering because the filler metal is more expensive. The method is preferred where a superior joint is needed and where the quantity of filler metal required is small. It is very popular in small area repair work and is used widely in the electrical and refrigeration industries. Mainly, it is used in electrical and refrigeration industries. So, on screen, we have been shared a flux. What about the flux also? Flux is a chemical compound applied to the joint surfaces before brazing. we have been applied before the joint surfaces. So it is its use is essentially in the brazing process with a few exceptions noted later. So the reason why we are using this one is heating a metal surface accelerates the formation of oxides and the result of chemical combination between the hot metal and the oxygen in the air. So coming to this is the brazing. So what is the base metal is steel base metal plus brass filler rod is common. And the second important point is lower temperature than welding, that is below 427 degrees centigrade. So retains heat treatment, if present, minimizes grain growth. So strong but slow, but the joint is very strong, but it is the capillary action is very slow. Therefore, we must require a careful preparation and a cleanup action must be taken using here already we have been shared. A flux is a compound applied, chemical compound applied to the joint surfaces before brazing. So that is nothing but the cleaning up operation. And the last thing, important point in our brazing is furnace brazing is easily automated. So this is the diagram. So this is the flux, torch, base metal, and filler metal. So the yellowish color which we have been seeing in our diagram is filler metal, and reddish in color is base metal. So what is the base metal we have been taken here? Steel. And the blue is the other metal. So two different metals we have to join it. So the flux is adding on the surface of the base metal. So therefore the torch will give the temperature and the gap will give below the 427 degrees centigrade. Therefore our melting point may be achieved. So the melting point of the filler metal is below 427 degrees centigrade. Therefore with that low temperature we can get a strong joint, but it is in a very time taking as compared to soldering or other welding process. So so the furnace brazing is easily automated. So coming to the types of brazing. So here torch, furnace, dip, and induction. So these are the types of brazings. Torch brazing, furnace brazing. Okay. So all of you join within the time. Right. So coming to this, these are the timings. So this is the brazing. Base metal is steel and brass is the filler rod metal. So whenever soldering, what is the filler metal? Lead and tin. According to brass, the base metal is steel. As temperature, melting temperature is below 427 degrees centigrade. So at that temperature, we can make the brazing joint. So before coming to this, here you can observe the diagram. So this is the diagram. So what is going on here? So this is one metal and this is the base metal, upper one, and this is the torch. And here we are adding flux here, and yellow color vachepatiki, this is the filler metal. So the metal may be melted to some extent. Therefore, it may be fused together and it may be joint may be formed as compared to other welding process. It is a slow process, but there must be certain care must be taken for this process, right? So coming to this types of brazings, one is torch brazing, second one is furnace brazing, third one is dip brazing, and fourth one is induction brazing. So these are the types of brazings. So everybody must just take a remember that always any time in our welding process, brazing and soldering is very important topic. Any time in this welding process, either oxyacetylene welding or this type of soldering, these codes are very, 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 very important. So any questions are asking. So all of you just prepare yourself by using this PPT shares. So coming to this types of brazing. So the picture is loading. Just wait a minute. The net is very slow today. Yeah, so right. So braze welding. So this is the brazing welding for metal, right? And boric acid, chlorides, fluxides are some of the fluxes we have been added. Why we are adding? To clean up the surface of the base metal. So copper based metals are used for a filler metal. Copper based for silver is used as filler metal, right? And the applications, and second one is heat excells, and fourth applications. So brazing applications. All of you, any mechanical engineer must know about the applications. Therefore, these are the applications on screen we have been shared. One is pipe fittings. Second one is heat exchangers, parts of fabrications, and third one is manufacturing missions. So right. So it is very slow. So this is the applications. So brazing welding. So first one is at low temperature. It is a low temperature process, and second one is it's a dismantling of joints is possible, and it will take quick and clean action, and last one is smooth surface finish can be obtained, right? So these are the not are the applications, these are the advantages. These are the advantages. So every process must contain construction, working principle, and advantages and disadvantages. So coming to that, applications are pipe joints and somebody. So these are all the applications we have been shared. Total 4 applications of the brazing, whereas for this we are having total 4 advantages also. One is low temperature process, and second one is dismantling of joints is possible. That is cutting operation is also possible using this braze welding. And third one is quick and clean operation. And fourth one is smooth surface finish can be obtained. So right. So coming to the disadvantages, skilled laborers must be required. Skilled labor must be required. Skilled worker, skilled operator must be required. And next one is not suitable for mass production. Number of products cannot be joined using this brazing. It's a very slow process, you know. So coming to this is the soldering. So here you can observe, this is the soldering, this is the solder, this is the wire form of lead and tin, filler metal. So right, it will gives the temperature above 427 degrees. Therefore, here the filler metal may be melted and the joint may be formed here. The soldering means it will create a narrow joint also. That means it will create the temperature up to the lower surfaces of the workpiece, right? So this is the soldering. We can observe it in our ECE lab or mechanical labs also. So this is the soldering. Filler material melting point is less than 427 degrees, right? So this is the soldering equipment, components of soldering iron stand, and next one is damp sponge and wire strippers, solder, so prototype board and solder braid. So these are all the things we have to maintain for soldering operation. So this is the solder filler metal. Alloys are already we have been discussed this. One more time I am sharing this. Alloys or alloys of tin is alloys of tin and lead. So alloys of tin means it may be subdivided into silver, bismuth and lead. So the melting point is below 430 degrees centigrade. So here the flux used to clean joint and prevent oxidation, zinc chloride, mixtures of zinc chloride and aluminum chloride. So the applications, coming to the applications, printed circuit board, PCB manufacturing. Wherever the ECE labs, you can observe the soldering. So second one is pipe joining. So copper pipe joining. Here also the the material of that particular pipe is the copper pipe joining. And third one is jewelry manufacturing. And fourth one is typically non-load bearing. So here easy to solder. That means the materials, the base materials may be copper, silver and gold, and difficult to solder. That means the materials what we are having certain difficulties may be attained by these materials is aluminum, stainless steel, right? For whereas brazing, stainless steel is the base metal, whereas soldering, stainless steel is the difficult material. We can't I don't want to say it is a can't but question. It is difficult, it is difficult material to join it, right? So coming to the manual PCB soldering. So soldering iron and soldering wire you can observe here. So this is the soldering iron and this is the soldering wire. సో హీటింగ్ లెడ్ అండ్ ప్లేసింగ్ ఆర్డర్. సో హీట్ చేస్తారమ్మా, దీంతో హీట్ చేస్తే ఆ లెడ్ అనేది ఏమవుతుందంటే జస్ట్ ఇట్ మే బి మెల్టెడ్. దేర్ ఫోర్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద టైమ్ ఎక్సెస్. వెన్ ఎవర్ excess metal may be placed, therefore excess heating is going on, therefore the metal may be melted and excessive metal may be fall down on that particular point. So this is the correct procedure. So this is the wrong procedure. So right. So coming to the difference between the brazing and the soldering. Filler metal. Filler metal has the melting point above 400 degrees, 327 degrees. Okay, in our ఇంతకు ముందర చెప్పాను, పొరపాటుని చెప్పినట్టున్నానమ్మా. సోల్డరింగ్ వచ్చేపటికి బిలో 327 degrees, whereas brazing వచ్చేపటికి above 327 degrees. So 400 అనేది it's a approximate value. So the time itself is rounding up the value. So the filler metal has the melting point above 400 degrees is the brazing. Therefore, coming to the soldering, filler metal has the melting point below 400 degrees, right? So stable condition is more stable condition in our brazing. So in our soldering, less stable joints can be made, and high pressure and temperature do not affect the joint. Coming to the soldering, joints are affected with joints are affected by high temperature and pressure. So and equipment cost is more for brazing, and the equipment cost is very low as compared to brazing, very low in soldering as compared to brazing. So these are the main classifications in brazing and soldering. So coming to the defects, so one is cracks, second one is where it was, these are all the defects in our brazing and soldering. So coming to the defects, one is cracks, and second one is cavities, and third one is solid inclusions, and fourth one is imperfect shape or unacceptable counter, and next one is incomplete fusion, and fourth one is miscellaneous defects. So these are all the welding defects may be obtained by improper soldering and brazing. By improper soldering and brazing, these defects may be obtained. So to avoid all these things, we can manage. So coming to this distortion from welding process. So one is transverse shrinkage in butt weld, and second one is longitudinal shrinkage in butt weld, and third one is angular distortion in butt weld, and fourth one is angular distortion in fillet welds. So weld distortion is due to solidification shrinkage and thermal contraction of the weld metal during welding. So all of you just know about the different types of distortion from welding process. So this is the angular distortion. This is the angular distortion. So upward angular distortion usually occurs when the weld is made from the top of the workpiece alone, and the weld tends to be wider at the top than the bottom, causing more solidification shrinkage and thermal contraction. So this is the reducing volume of weld metal, and by using single pass deep penetration welding, already the diagram itself, it can be drawn, it is drawing in our machine drawing also. And coming to this is the undercuts. A groove cut at the toe of the weld and left unfilled. Cause, what is the cause by the to attain by attaining this one is electrode angle, high amperage, long arc length, rust. So these are all the causes. To avoid this, that means these are the causes we are attaining the defect. So whenever we require a defect free welding, we will provide a certain atmosphere for that one. So prevention, how to prevent this um, defect is set machine on scrap metal and clean metal before welding. Clean metal means rust, whatever else the surfaces may be created. So okay. So prevention, set machine on scrap metal, clean metal before welding. So right, coming to this, insufficient fill. So this is one of the defect we are attained. So all these defects may be discussed in our casting also. So the weld surface is below the adjacent surfaces of the base metal, right? So this is one of the defect. So this is the incomplete fusion. So the lack of fusion between weld metal and base metal, lack of fusion between multiple layers of the weld metal. So these are the two reasons by attaining this incomplete fusion. So this is the cause. Weld metal does not form a cohesive bond with the base metal. Cause is low amperage, steep electrode angles, fast travel speed, not travel, it's a travel speed of the wire, and lack of preheat, etc. So how to prevent this one is eliminate potential causes. So the repair means remove and re-weld. Repair means how to repair this one is prevention veru, repair veru. So therefore prevention, how to prevent it is elimination, complete removing potential causes, and repairing means removing and rewelding. So this is about the incomplete fusion. So these are the cracks we are attaining. So longitudinal, traverse, throat, toe, root, unbead, and HAZ. All of you just have a look on it. So here this one is the cracks. So second one is traverse. Traverse means here in this way. And fourth one is throat. So this is throat or root, both are same. So this is the throat. And second one is underbead crack and HAZ, because this crack is mainly attained improper cleaning. So the toe means at the end point. At the end point we will attain. So these are the different types of cracks. So attained by this improper soldering and brazing. So weld profile in arc welding. So this is one is desired profile for single V groove weld joint. Second one is undercut portion of base metal melted away. And third one is underfill depression in weld below adjacent base metal surface. And fourth one is overlap weld metal spills beyond the joint onto part surface, but no fusion occurs. So these are the weld defects we will attain. One is crack, at internal crack, and second one is inclusions, and third one is underfill. That means it is not filling the total gap. So base metal is in blue color. That in soldering we are taking aluminum, silver, or whatever else, whereas brazing stainless steel. So right. So second one is porosity, overlap, undercut, and lack of penetration. And the third one is that is the correct weld. So these two are not correct. This is the correct weld. So right. So why it is first one, why it is attaining incomplete penetration, and second one is lack of penetration. So to avoid this, what are the measures we have to take అనేది మనం ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పుకున్నాం. So this is the good weld, right? So this is the welding flaws. So incomplete penetration, so not enough heat may be produced, so therefore so this is not enough one, so this is okay, and this one is too much. That means overflow of filler metal may be melted and flowed on it, on the base metal. So what is the right procedure? Not enough, it is not correct. It is too much, it is not correct. So this is the right one. Okay, so that means correct bead position may be obtained. So inadequate or lack penetration we will attain in this way, right? So coming to the, so this is the welding process, brazing and soldering. So coming to the next one, we are having next one is resistance welding. So coming to this, here this is the resistance welding. This is the resistance welding. So the two pieces, the same equipment is used for resistance welding also. The same equipment is used for resistance welding also, excepting the filler material is placed in the joint. That's why I'm sharing the resistance welding in the same here at the same point, right? So coming to the different types of brazing methods, we are having totally 4 types. In that cheppunnamo, torch brazing, furnace brazing, dip brazing, and resistance brazing. So resistance brazing is nothing but resistance welding. So right. So this is the position of the resistance spot welding process. So here the same equipment is used for resistance welding. What is the equipment? Brazing equipment, excepting the filler metal is placed in the joint, right? The filler metal is placed in the joint. So rapid heating minimizes oxidization. Rapid heating minimizes the oxidization, and the heat transfer, heat affected zone, HAZD, is small, right? So this is the resistance welding process. This is the resistance welding. So right, resistance welding is one of the oldest of the electric welding process by manufacturing industries today. So the welding process is made by a combination of heat, pressure, and time. We can easily join two metals, and how much current can flow is determined by a number of factors. One is including the material thickness, and second one is material resistivity and the current level, cross section of the electrode tips and contact surface. So right, so this resistance welding, this is the resistance welding circuit diagram. So here you are having AC power supply. So this is the AC power supply, and this is the transformer, and this is the stationary arm, and this is the workpiece which the workpiece has been fixed at that one, and this is the copper electrodes. Both are the copper electrodes, and చూడండి both sides we are having the copper electrodes. One is movable and the second one is not adjustable, and the topmost arm may be pressed together. The current may be passed at that particular point. So the copper electrodes will give a spot welding, resistance spot welding may be applied for brazing. Both are same. So this is the resistance welding. The coalescence is produced. Coalescence means where the workpiece may be joined with each other. So that means the metal may be melted at that particular point. దాన్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే coalescence or weld పడిల్ అని చెప్పుకుంటామని చెప్పాను కదా. Is produced by the heat obtained from resistance of the work by electric current in a circuit of which the work is part. Here, pressure is used and no filler metal is required. Whereas soldering, brazing, we are requiring certain filler metals, but here no filler metal is required. No, soldering is required certain filler metal, brazing is not required some more extent. As compared to resistance welding, it requires certain amount of brass. So soldering, we are having a filler metal of lead and tin, whereas in brazing, brass. So in soldering and brazing, we are shared the temperatures also. In the same way, we are sharing the resistance welding also. The equipment is same, but no filler metal is required, right? Heat is generated by the Zol's formula. So this is the voltage. Low voltage is 0.5 to 10 volts. Very high current is 1000 amperes to 10,000 amperes. So this is the Ohm's law, maybe rewritten here. So energy is equal to I square R into T, where I is equal to current in amperes, R is equal to resistance of the circuit in ohms, and T is the time during which the current flows in seconds. So this is the resistance welding materials. Aluminum and copper has been taken for our resistance welding. So materials having high thermal conductivity is difficult to weld. So we have to give a higher heat concentration on them. So the strength of the weld is depends on the surface roughness, cleanliness of the metal surface. So the oil films, paint, oil oxide layers should be removed before welding. This is same for brazing also. So coming to this resistance spot welding, overlapping metals are held between two bar type metal electrode which apply pressure 2 kilonewtons while an electric current is passed through them. Surface area of the metal in the center is highly so surface area of the metal in the center is more highly heated, so it becomes a plastic state. Then the current is switched off, therefore the pressure is applied till the weld. So this is about the resistance welding. So this is the resistance spot welding circuit diagram, already we have been shared. So this is another one. So this is the graphical value which we can see. So what is the equipment? Two copper electrodes and the base metal and the nugget. Here we are calling it as spot welding is also called as nuggets. So a particular point ni మనం ఏమంటామంటే nugget అంటాం. The pressure is either requirement and the current may be passed through the electric circuit. So this is the spot welding. This is the actual spot welding happening in our manufacturing industries. So right, these are all the robots is also doing the spot welding within a single time. So spot diameter is depends on the electrode diameter 3 to 6 mm. Electrode must have good electrical thermal conductivity, and electrodes are cold rolled copper with some cadmium chromium alloys. To prevent overheating, electrodes are 1000 ampere currents for steels, 13,000 ampere current for aluminum, right? So this is the resistance spot welding applications. One is 8,000 to 10,000 spots in a single car. Therefore second one is cookware applications. These are all the applications. And third one is railways, train building, and fourth one is spot welding is restricted to 3.2 mm thick steel and 4 mm thick for aluminum, right? So the resistance seam welding, this is the resistance seam welding. So resistance spot welding and seam welding both are same, but the joint may be occurred at a different places. So first one is series spot welding, and electrodes are like a discs and work is continuously moving. So here you can observe the work is continuously moving, and maybe stitch seam or overlap seam, right? So this is the resistance seam welding description. So This is a cold rolled copper with some cadmium chromium alloys. Electrodes are 40 to 350 mm diameter, and the current is 2000 to 4000 amperes. And the force may be 5 to 6 kilonewtons force, and the speed of that particular workpiece is 0.5 to 3.5 meters per minute, and water stream is directly used to cool the electrode, and 0.25 to 3.2 mm thickness joint can be made. So this is the thickness of the joint, right? So this is the minimum value and maximum value. Minimum value is 0.2 mm thickness, and the maximum value is 3.2 thickness, right? So the resistance seam welding applications is only for tanks, tubes, and airtight joints. So coming to this is the spot welding resistance seam welding, resistance spot seam welding diagram. So the resistance is projection welding. So this is the projection welding diagram, outline diagram. These are all the different projections. This is the after value, and this is the before values, before diagrams, right? So the resistance projection welding, it is like a spot welding machine, but here a series of spot welding is done at a time. Small dimples or projections are embossed or coined on one of the sheets. When the current is applied, the projections soften and are pushed back in place by the electrode pressure as the weld spot. That is nothing but weld spots are called as nuggets, right? The surface at the projection must be cleaned one, used to join up 3 mm thin sheets. So this is the projection welding. So this is also here also same as in the seam welding or spot welding. Here also the same, right? But the projections, that means the workpiece width may be increased, right? And here you can observe in this way, the projections may be obtained at a single time, single pass, right? So this is the stud welding. So this is the stud welding diagram. So one is a push and the second one is a pull. So third one is a push diagram. So this is the sequence of operation. The push and pull means here the ceramic ferrule has been used, and the stud is pushing inside the workpiece, and the second one is pulling. Therefore, the concave shape may be obtained. After that, one more time it may be passed in this way. Therefore, our workpiece may be attained that particular shape of that particular stud diameters, stud concave values. So coming to this, so electric arc is produced between the flat surface and the workpiece and the stud. The arc melts the end of the stud, and the stud is forced on the work surface. A special welding gun is used. It contains spring, solenoid, trigger, timer, etc. To avoid oxide formation, the front end of the stud is coated with flux. So here the front end of the stud is coated with flux, right? So a special welding gun is also used, right? You have to, this process is used for mass production. This process is used for mass production, right? So this is the stud welding diagram, line diagram. So all of you just keep in your mind, for every process you have to draw the line diagram. Therefore, then only you will get the complete marks. So I will share it after some time. So this is the butt welding. Butt welding means already you are drawing in your machine drawing also two different metals which we have been placed together and making a joint. Then we are calling it as butt weld. So butt welding may be divided, subclassified into upset butt welding and flash butt welding. In butt welding, the workpiece is clamped in copper jar, and there may be some air gap is between the workpiece. Here there is no arcing takes place. Jars are brought together in a solid contact when the current flows through the point of contact of jaws to form a locality of high electric resistance. At this point, the applied pressure upsets or forges the parts together. This process is mainly used for joining non-ferrous metals such as rods, wire, tubes, etc. So this is the upset welding line diagram. So this is the flash butt welding line diagram. So these are the two jaws. These are the two jaws. These are the two workpieces fixed together, and the flash may be attained in between these two. And this is the transformer where the heat may be produced. No arcing. Emi arc అనేది ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుదమ్మా, డైరెక్ట్ గా ఆ టెంపరేచర్ వలన we will get the joint here. So this is the flash butt weld. So coming to this percussion weld, we will discuss in our another class. So if you are having any queries, please ask me. Okay. So the today session has been closed. Thank you.